Some breaking news in the Trump hush money trial set to begin next month. Judge Juan Merchan says Stormy Daniels, Karen McDougal, and Michael Cohen can testify in the trial with restrictions. In his ruling, the judge denied Trump's motion to preclude testimony from Daniels, McDougal, and Cohen with caveats. The defense wanted to block the mention of catch and kill, and that was also denied. We're back with Andrew Weissman. Andrew, what say you about this breaking news on the judge's decision?
So I think there are a couple things. Big picture, there is going to be this hearing on the 25th about these new tranches of documents that came from the Southern District of New York. But I think this is a really good sign that this judge is going to have this trial. If he had thought that hearing was going to really sort of lead to this being an off ramp, I don't think we would be seeing this. That's sort of the big picture. I think what's going to happen on the 25th is he's going to see that whatever faults there were did not come from the Manhattan DA's office. It may have come from the federal prosecutors, but that's not going to be something that is attributed to the state prosecutors. So I think it's pretty clear from this ruling, although it's not one-to-one, that the trial is going to go forward. With respect to the actual ruling, I have to look through it more closely, but big picture, a lot of these were sort of Hail Marys by the defense. And also, just remember, there were also motions that were made by the prosecutors as to what arguments could not be made by the defense. And it looks like a really clean sweep on the rulings for the state and against Donald Trump. So, for instance, the prosecutors wanted to make sure that Donald Trump wasn't going to be able to argue jury nullification, wasn't going to be able to say, oh, I'm only being prosecuted because of political motives. Now, all of that's improper. This is about the evidence. Either the facts show beyond a reasonable doubt that he did each of these crimes, or it doesn't. And it's going to be argued according to the judge on those facts. The idea that the witnesses were going to be precluded was something that the experienced defense lawyers on the other side representing Donald Trump obviously understood that was not likely to prevail. So I'm not surprised by that ruling. And also the state won essentially all of the arguments they made Donald Trump was saying, please preclude my admission, statements that I had made from coming into evidence. The judge denied all of that, saying, as long as the state can prove that Donald Trump made those statements, in other words, what's called laying a foundation under the rules of evidence, that's coming in as well. So this looks like, I would suspect, from both sides. This was probably not surprising, but for us looking from the outside in, this is a very, very good ruling for the state and not good for Donald Trump. But I think the big picture is it really signals to me this trial's gone forward.
Is there, so at this point, is there anything else left and this case can proceed? There's no more that can be thrown at the legal wall here?
Well, no one predicted, certainly I did not predict the Southern District, tranche of documents coming in. So I'd hate to be like, nothing else can happen. But that's the big remaining issue. And there, what Donald Trump wants to show is that this late production of documents is the fault of the Manhattan DA, because under state law, the DA has the responsibility to make sure that there is timely disclosure of this kind of evidence. But obviously, if it's not the state's fault, if it's just getting something from a third party pursuant to a subpoena, then that's not something that's attributable to the state. They didn't do anything wrong. And the one answer to this is Donald Trump should have subpoenaed it earlier if he wanted it early. That doesn't, obviously that doesn't answer why on God's green earth the federal government didn't turn this over earlier to the state. I think we'll learn the answer to that. But I think that's the one thing that we should keep an eye out for on the 25th. But I think that absent that taking some unusual challenge, some off ramp, I don't see this case not going forward. And the other thing is this decision makes it very clear this is a serious judge who's going to keep the trains, running on time.
If it makes you feel any better, I have already put evac on alert. He's ready to go if it comes to that. General, I can assure you.
Hey, General, let me into the war room to see you, so I had to hack my way onto this frequency.
This better be critical, Wheelie.
Sir, come on, when is it not? Please. Okay, couple of things. I'm running low on the dough. I was thinking about taking a couple of months sick leave, maybe starting today. And, oh yeah. I intercepted a transmission from Megatron.
Then send it through.
Yes, sir, right away, sir. And so I'll assume that we're good on the other stuff.
This is your last warning, insects. Relinquish what remains of the Allspark.
So who's the insect? You? What? Who's the insect?
Protect you. They were defeated on our world, and we will defeat them here.
The Megatron.
This was just a diversion. Security, please bring up. Rabbit, she's already inside. Deeds! Give me an update on that reserve. Boss readiness. What was his name?
Evac, sir.
Right, evac.
She's right in front.
We are facing a heavy sustained attack. They appear to be after the Allspark aircraft. General! General! Need to evac immediately. Evac. Hold on. National security advisory. Stay down. Check it out. Failed their mission operations. The amateurs for suicide mission.